Greetings and welcome to the energy of Virgo. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I do welcome you to the channel. Tarot of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. Please take only what you will. Note that this shall not resonate for everyone. However, if it does for you, please use the information that is gathered here from the etheric to the best of your advantage and in the most secretive nature. The sixth house is open. This is the house of virility, as well as devotion, practice, methodology, taking from the sea of information and developing a way of doing things in order to heal through the hands, as well as through the energy of the sun. We will go ahead and begin. I am devising for you a technique known as the Singularity reading. The Singularity is a lifted time and space that may be specific to your particular mode of karma, eliciting modes of karma that may be interacting with others or within your own path as relation to anything that has to do with significant others or projects. We'll go ahead and begin. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you will. There's a mode of action here that revolves around the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords usually indicates a type of crystallization of the mind, uh, neurological systems that are designed to protect us, but also may become glass prisons, if you will, crystal castles. They may entrap or ensnare the user, but there also is an element of protection in this type of asphyxiation. So there's something that needs to be said that revolves around the mystery of death and regeneration. There's a way of thinking, a way of doing things that is being taken away, if you will, as well as the elevation of the triplicity of air here. Aquarius, that if the sword is taken, the Five of Swords emerges, which is also an Aquarian signature. This is no surprise to me. A lot of these past months have had Aquarian energy. There's a lot of Uranus, disorder, chaos, and finding order within that, in the mind. A coldness, an exacting coldness to this death process, okay? That is what I'm seeing. Beyond it, there's a hidden beginning, okay? That may indicate the Six of Pentacles in the reverse or the Four of Pentacles in the upright, okay? So there's a way of doing things conservatively in order to find balance. But this is, in irony, something that would be disimbalancing, or there would be a choice that would need to be made in order for things to be conserved in a way. There's a very prudent Saturnian signature in this as well. A need to find a sense of a need to be that Saturnian influence to have work done by Mercury, okay, the mind, and through Uranus, original thought, a death cycle of a psychological composition, and essentially coming in with the triplicity of air, a sense of a hidden beginning surrounding a type of nexus between conservative ways of reserving resources or perhaps making a choice in order to find something new. What evolves out of this is possibly the Seven of Pentacles or the Three of Pentacles, something out of your hands, taking control, but then you being able to sort of see it from a distance, say that it is not me, and that there are ways of thinking about this that are not me, and there's a way to find and discern truth and ascension. Okay. It seems to me that you will be concerned mostly with bringing truth to those who need it. There's that Five of Swords. Excuse me. That does not surprise me. There's something about this Five of Swords that has an Aquarian signature to it, as I've mentioned before. Something about the king moving away with a sword from the six, leaving the five, crowning the reading. The mode of karma, the action has already been done, it seems. You're just pulling from these experiences, these thought cycles. And as you do this, there's something to be had. Okay, something to be had. If you're pulling from this or you're being given this, you are reaching essentially someone or something in the future may be programming, especially your romantic inclinations. The energy of Pisces here, very strong. Romantic inclinations that are tied to love, creation, anything that has to do with the idea of finding pain and using pain to post pain, essentially find pleasure. The element of romance is strong here, and every element of romance is tied, at least in my opinion, to the subject sort of going through the nexus of pain in order to find pleasure. That is what romance is. But because of all this Aquarian signature, there's a detached way for you to, like the knight, sort of be separate. He's outstretched his cup quite far, and is moving forward with his horse elsewhere. Could be a woman as well, she or he. But what I'm seeing here essentially is you being in the center of this, and someone bringing you a sense of this Aquarian truth, the crown of creation, the mode of ascension. Okay, the type of communication will come to you, something that you've been waiting for quite some time, and what you may be hoping for is to find that double gateway, the Four of Rods, to find some form of retribution in terms of solace or in terms of inspiration. Okay, there is a Jupiterian, Sagittarian signature to this as well, and with Jupiter and Saturn dancing here, there may be some very cold aspects about the way you romance or the way you create in general. Okay, cups can also signify expectations. The cup being half full or empty is one of those. What emerges, at least in the subconscious mind, in the programming of the situation, is an element of power that revolves around a rite of passage that needs to be a realm of experience that you are searching for. Okay, this has to do with essentially coming into truthful others, these others symbolizing an element of truth, and moving away from the 7th to the 11th house. Okay, what I'm seeing here is a possibility that you are leaving behind people or ways of being that are tied to the energy of the new moon in Libra that occurred very recently. I believe it was a new moon in Libra or a full moon in Libra, one or the other. But that informing essentially an element of binary thinking, of ways of thinking that have been very difficult, and you're trying to leave that now. There's something about the way of thinking that of others especially that may not be in your best interests, and you are moving towards the Six of Swords, which again is cold and effective and very heady, detached. Okay, but don't let this Don't let this like sort of pull you back or push you away from any sort of human interactions. There's a lot to be said and a lot to be had in terms of reaching out to others, or perhaps them reaching out to you in order to inform you about the realm of experience that you have been essentially programming within yourself. That is inevitable. That is tied to the energy and the nexus of the heart as well as the stomach, being intuitively aware of things that you are learning, and not only that, creating firewalls and protective barriers in order to conserve your energy or your romantic inclinations that are naturally linked to the seventh house in Pisces. Okay? So that is what I'm seeing. Very short, very sweet. I hope that wasn't too much. Embrace that Aquarian signature, though. I think there's much to be had from compassion, humanitarian drives and ambitions that are tied to living within the human condition, to living within um, the shortcomings of the human condition as far as we can push it until that evolutionary curve is broken, whatever that may mean, especially when it comes to romance. Romance is, the face of romance has changed quite a bit. And there's something to be had about leaving outdated ways of thinking in order to find a sense of balance, being imbalanced by that, yet a new beginning. Once again, that sort of hidden resource coming out, the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Thank you. Goodbye.